Hi, this is Daniel from Somazo, one of the partners at CoHub, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what our process for volunteers looks like. To start with, our mission. CoHub's mission is to provide grassroots support for relief efforts in Turkey and Syria, including fundraising, coordination of needs and resources with partner organizations or any organizations we can support, including White Helmets, Molhum, and SAMS, infrastructure informational support for the public, for those affected, and for other organizations, intake and self-organization of volunteers, sponsors and partner organizations and relief organizations, and additional supports will come online as we grow and evolve. Basically, our approach is stone soup. Everybody who has an interest in supporting the relief work that's going on comes together. We each bring what we have, we put it together, and we see how we can turn that into effective and meaningful support. Specifically, what that means is that for each person who jumps in, we bring their awareness of the challenges and awareness of the situation, their passion, their skills, their ideas, their community, and their resources. Whichever of those pieces they're wanting to bring forward, we bring those forward. We connect with their values, their needs, their goals, and their trajectory so that we can understand how to best serve them as they're serving the community. We bring together people then in that way to build a community of practice through the projects that we undertake. We bring those together with our organizational partners as we develop those, and we bring those together with whatever resources we have at our disposal. And we aim all of that towards impact. And this is a cyclical process. So as we continue to do projects, both ongoing and ad hoc projects, we strengthen and build our community. We find new partners and we bring on new resources for ourselves and then resources from that we can share out. The basic model for that is like mycelial growth in mushrooms. We send out tendrils, we figure out who should we be in communication with, where are the places where we can help, where are the resources that we can provide, and then we coordinate all of that as best we can together. We do that using an agile methodology where it's fast prototyping. We do a little bit of planning, we design, develop, test, and deploy as quickly as we can something or other that's going to move the needle, something that is going to make a meaningful impact. And we try to pick the lowest hanging fruit first. What are the places that we can have an impact as quickly as possible, as reliably as possible, as responsibly as possible? We then review and then launch, and then we do that again. This is a slightly different framing of it, but what we do is we come together, we bring our collective purpose, we invite other people in who'll be able to help with the work that we're doing. And as we have our specific mission and our specific needs become more clear in terms of how we're going to operate on those, then we have more specific asks for invitation that we can give. We do a priority focus to triage and figure out what are the things that we can do right now that are useful, and to map out the things that we could potentially do in the future if enough resources or people come online of the right kinds. We take a right-sized bite. We find a right-sized bite of a project to start with in each case. We implement it, and then we reflect on what the process was. We refine our own process as we go, our own systems as an organization, and our deployment of any given project. We harvest what we learn from that and use that to improve, and then we iterate, both on each individual project, on each individual piece that we're putting forward, and on our own process. Currently, this is a map of what our teams are looking like, but this will continue to evolve. It will grow and shrink and evolve as we figure out how we can best be of help. So the vertical lines you see there are our mission teams. These are the teams that are directly doing the work of CoHub, which is fundraising, mental health support, IT infrastructure support that we can offer to other organizations, volunteers that we can offer, and volunteer work that we can offer, an information hub that we can put together, and supplies and donations. The horizontal teams you see there are the teams that support that work. So the mission work of the blue teams is supported by the support teams in orange, which is leadership and coordination, developing partnerships, volunteer coordination, communications, IT infrastructure, resources, and legal. Not all of those teams are online yet, and there will be more teams that have to be brought online. beyond these ones, but this is where we're starting from. So if you look at this and you see something that appeals to you, or you realize there's a need that we may be able to help fill, let us know, and maybe there's a team that's going to come out of that. That's a rough overview of how we're going to be working with our volunteers and how we'll be evolving as an organization as we move forward. And we'll be refining this as we go.